3-1 performance today and a win obviously against Portadown. Just how do you feel things went for us?
I thought we did really well, especially to come back from the early goal. It was a bit of a shock to concede one like that, but I'm not sure if he'll score another one like that in the next few years. It's a wonder strike, ended up in the back of the net. So that's a surprise at the start. First 25 minutes they set in, we moved the ball, didn't really create much in that first 25 minutes, but still we had them pinned back. Then the last 15 minutes of the first half I thought looked like a bit more urgency, and we sort of got at them and tried to get balls into the box. The two ends of the pitch, to be fair to our two wide players and even our full-backs, you know, they're waterlogged today and it's really hard to dig a ball out of there. So we knew when we got to half time, well, it was nice to get the goal right before half time, but we knew when we come out in the second half we'd have the wind. The conditions in that half of the pitch are better in terms of the surface, so we knew that Connor and Robbie and Jay and those players would have a bit more joy in the second half, and it worked out that way. You know, we created some chances, we limited them to not so many. They're a hard working team who defend well, and they can hurt you on the break. You know, they've a dangerous centre forward, the boys that'll run in the channels and put you under pressure, so give them credit. They're a hard team to play against, and they made it hard for us. Once we got the second one, they now have to come out a little bit more, and that opens it up more. Great second goal, the score from that tight angle, and then we went on and created a few more chances. And you know, thought Shane McCartan to get him his first start in a long time. That was pleasing, really pleasing to see him back on the pitch, because it's been a long time since the Linfield match where he's been out. And then to get some of the young boys in again, you know, Aaron Whiteman only 17, getting in there again, and Ben Kushney coming on. So considering we're, as I said to the boys, we're depleted. We're currently missing, you know, if we go through Luke McCulloch and Marcus Kane and Kieran O'Connor that have been out for a substantial while, and then with some issues this week, you know, missing Hervoy Plum, Gary Mana, Aaron McCarry, you know, we're depleted. But as I say, we're depleted, but we're not weakened, and that's a credit to the players who have to step up in moments like this. And it's nice to have a squad where you are depleted but not weakened, and that's what we need. That's what Glentoran needs, to compete up the top of the table. But pleasing to get the 3 points. Thought we deserved the 3 points. Portadown made it really hard for us in tough conditions. But yeah, nice to get the 3 points and get out of here and prepare for next week.
And that second half performance, Jay's second, that tight finish was just superb again.
Yeah, superb. I mean, I think it was right on the end line. We'll see it in the highlights, and the BBC camera will maybe pick up exactly where it was. But yeah, I thought he was superb again. His movement, when you watch him, probably when you watch the highlights you don't see a lot of the movement because it's out of the camera angle. But when you watch the movement and the interplay amongst him and, you know, Connor coming off the line and Robbie and then Shay getting in there, it's nice to watch. And I thought Shannon Lucas and Joe Crow, excellent again today. But the back line, a few little hiccups where they got through us at times, but they were superb as well. Bobby, Reese, you know, Paddy, Keelan, Big Ross did well. He'd probably be disappointed for the strike at the beginning. Maybe it surprised them or whatever, but I think it ended up, you know, fairly high up into the top corner. So it was a good strike. But overall, I thought all the players put in a good performance. Disappointed that we didn't keep a clean sheet, because that's always our target. But our goal difference now has been starting to improve, considering we took a couple of heavy losses here early in the season. So that's pleasing as well. Overall, can we improve the performance? Absolutely. As I've said, we still have another 2 or 3 gears to go through here with Glentoran, and I don't like to complain about, you know, injuries or situations, because we do have a good squad. But the reality is we've had the chop and change now for the last 8 weeks. We haven't had a settled lineup in probably 8 weeks, because, like I said, Marcus out and Shay out, and then Aaron was out, and, you know, other players coming in and out with illness and sickness, and, you know, so we haven't had a settled squad in a long time. And it's nice to see that the players who step in have stepped up to the plate, and they've got us results, big results, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about, having a good squad, a competitive squad with quality, and we know we need that. So pleased for the players. I thought they deserved that today.
And that's 10 unbeaten now today. The team seems to have a nice balance. You've Joe in there and Sean play quite well in midfield. What do you put the current run we're in now?
It's just a case of either the players met and discussed amongst themselves. We need to get back to being hard to beat and hard to concede. You know, we need to be hungry not to concede. You know, and if you don't concede, we know as Glentoran, if we don't concede, we have a very strong likelihood of winning the game, because we create create chances and we score goals. So the players have made that commitment. They know they've had to dig in deeper because of some players being absent through injuries, long-term injuries, illnesses, and credit to them. They've Shannon Clucas as an example, wasn't playing a lot at the start of the season, trains hard, leader on the pitch, leader in the dressing room, very vocal in the dressing room. He's got his chance over the last month and he's taken it, grabbed it with two hands, and he's impressive now. He's controlling games in there in terms of his presence and his ability to get forward and dominate that midfielder. So really happy for him. So I think the players have just taken it upon themselves here. We want to try and win something here this year, and this is what we have to do. So pleasing for them.
And obviously we are 10 games unbeaten, but as you know, December and Christmas is an extremely busy period. Just looking ahead to upcoming games, what tests will be held?
They're all tests in this league, and the hardest one will be next week at Carrick. Really difficult place to go, smaller, tight pitch, and the way they play, they physically strong, aggressive, like to get at you, turn you around, close you down well. They're a hard team to play against, so that's the only hard one we're thinking about is next week. And then December will take care of itself. It's a hard month for everybody, but so is January. With these conditions that start to come in this time of the year, every match is a hard one. December, January is going to be brutal for everybody. The Christmas period isn't as congested this year as some years. I recall my first year here playing on Boxing Day and then 2 days later on the 28th. This year we have Glenalvin on Friday night, the 17th. Then our rescheduled game against Coleraine on the 22nd, which is Wednesday, and then Linfield on the Monday. So it's actually a Friday, Wednesday, Monday. Not really as congested as in the past, so we'll deal with it. The other teams have to deal with it, so I don't complain about fixture congestion because other teams have to do it. And we just have to get on with it.
And finally, you mentioned about some of the lads missing today and missing on Tuesday. Obviously, how are they getting on? Are they okay?
Yeah, everybody's fine. We have to follow the rules. Rules are rules, and there's laws in the country, there's protocols with the league, and we have to abide by them, whatever they are. There's bigger things at stake in football matches here. There's people's lives and health and well-being. So other clubs have gone through the same thing, other clubs will go through the same thing, and we just wish our players and their players, their